Daily news on breaking news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Prince Miller Entertainment, Facebook, Prince Miller Entertainment. We're also available on Facebook group, which is a Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Welcome to another edition of our daily news on breaking news. And today is the 26th of June 2021. So I want to talk more about lockdown in Bulawayo. And Bulawayo is still under the general lockdown regulations with the 10 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. curfew and business closing by 6 p.m. and is not one of the 4 districts placed under the intensified special lockdown that includes a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew and a 3 p.m. closing time for business, as recently announced in some sections of the media. Health Child Care Deputy Minister John Mangiro said yesterday. He was clarifying the position of a report that police in Bulawayo had introduced the tougher curfew as 3 Bulawayo suburbs were declared COVID-19 hotspots after the last cabinet meeting. Kulumane, Emakandeni, and the northern suburbs. While people in these hotspots and other identified hotspots are being urged to be extra vigilant, they are still under the general rules that allow most business to remain open to 6 p.m. with the curfew starting at 10 p.m. Under amended regulations gazetted yesterday by Vice President Chiwenga in his capacity as Health and Child Minister, the special intensified lockdown is limited at the moment to Rungwe, Kariba, Kwekwe and Makonde districts, and in these 4 districts the curfew is now 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. basically the hours of darkness in a Zimbabwean winter, with greater limitations on business opening hours, and only essential service vehicles transiting the 4 districts are allowed to move during the curfew hours. The curfew in 3 of these districts was set last week at 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. but has now been extended and includes. This means that the rest of the country is under the general lockdown regulations with the shorter curfew that were tightened recently, but which still allow almost all businesses to remain open to 6 p.m. That general tightening barred social and religious gatherings, except funerals, and those are limited to 30 people. The amended regulations have defined social gatherings more precisely to close legal loopholes, but basically ensure that people might see as a social gathering is one and so is legally banned. The amended regulations also insist that anyone traveling from India or who has transited through India on their way to Zimbabwe not only has to have the PCR negative certificate all travelers require, but also have to be retested at their own expense on arrival, and even then, if negative, still be quarantined at their own expense for another 10 days and then undergo another test before they can move around under perpetuating lockdown rules. Dismissing the Bulawayo reports that the police were seeing the special lockdown rules that applied to the 4 listed districts applied to parts of the city, Dr. Mangiro told a media conference in Harare last night that only the Presidium or Health Minister had the mandate to announce intensified lockdown measures. I heard there are certain sections of the media reporting that Bulawayo is under special lockdown. This is not correct. This statement is purporting that Kulumani, Pelandaba, Mgamwini, Sizinda, Mkandeni, Kodri Park, Pumula and others are under special lockdown. This is not correct. If there is going to be a lockdown, I would like to advise the public such an announcement will be made by the head, who is the President, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, or anyone who he would have designated, or the Minister of Health and Child Care, or anyone designated to do that on his behalf. This week, Bulawayo Provincial Police Spokesperson Inspector Abednego Ngube was quoted in the media saying, effective from yesterday, police would be deployed to monitor compliance with an intensified lockdown. Business hours is now between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m., meaning that all shops and businesses in the town must close at that time. This applies to the rest of the suburbs that have been declared hotspots. We are calling for maximum cooperation from members of the public so that we see this phase passing smoothly, he said. So guys, mavizvinzwirani there. Bulawayo is not under lockdown like what other people have been saying, including the police spokesperson Abednego Ngube and spokesperson. But anyway, the deputy minister of health is saying that such announcement can only be made by the president himself or the minister of health in child care, Constantino Chiwenga. So this is daily news on breaking news on Prince Milton TV. Remember, guys, to keep on practicing, sanitize maoko, take my mask, and again social distancing here, because COVID-19 is still there, and tapangwa third wave whereby this disease is spreading quick. Tipangwa winter, so just protect yourself and protect your loved ones at the same time. And what's it out in the comment section, and remember, guys, to follow us on all our social media platforms, and turn on the notification bell not to miss any of our new uploads. We upload each and every day here on your favorite channel, which is Prince Mila Entertainment TV, daily news on breaking news. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Bless up.